All right. Blair and Fagin, is there anything you'd like to do with the information you learned at the end of the previous episode?
I'm just gonna like look at them and be like, "Sir, is there something else you'd like to tell us?"
He's kind of just quietly nodding to himself, and he says, "Yes, but let me tell you once you're done with the mine. It has nothing to do with that work. I have told you everything I know. There's no secrets regarding that. This is a personal problem that I haven't been able to tell anyone since I've learned, and I would, well, apart from my adoptive mother, who, fortunately, she can't do anything about it, and neither can I. But
I'll sit at the table and just be like, there is always a small chance that an adventurer will not come back from some particular quest. Satiate our curiosity in case I do not return.
You can give me a charisma check of your choice of the abilities to see how you would like to convince this man.
I wish I were more charismatic.
May I assist with like a lean in?
Yeah, you can get you can get some +2 on this roll.
I don't think it matters which one I do.
I wish I was doing the charisma check.
It does matter as to what type of response you're going to get. Like, you don't want to go intimidating for no reason.
No.
Yeah, probably just persuasion is the best one.
Persuasion, yeah.
You should intimidate the shit out of him.
So that'll be an 18 with Blair's help. He sighs and says, "Oh, all right, that's fair. I would hate..." He asks the barkeep. He says, "Vernon, do you mind giving us a few moments of privacy?" And Vernon says, "Not a problem. Let me just go step out back." And then Oris leans in and says, "I still have a few members of the militia who are cooperative with me. A lot of the senior officers, however, have been able to cut the majority of my contact with them. But from what I've heard from my communications with those who are still loyal to Tourmaline and their speaker, that there is a plot with the senior officers and then the speaker, Naerth Maxildanar from Targos, to oust me for my position. And I just was hoping to maybe ask for your advice on such a thing when you were done. You have been to the majority of 10 towns, and honestly, I've probably spoken with Maxildanar himself, and maybe you would have some advice for the best course of action I could take."
He's a character.
He is a very powerful man.
And not much of a friend of ours.
Well, power in Icewind Dale is fleeting. It depends on how warm you are, how much food you have, or currently how much gold is in your pocket. So, things can change quickly here. I was once just a fisherman on the docks, and look at me now. Speaker of Tourmaline. Anyways, mine. That's the focus now. But when you return, and I hope to see all 7 of you, he points to Jennifer, who's T-posed behind you guys, and says,
"Don't worry about her. She's fine.
We can talk about this more, and I'm optimistic. You guys are heroes, after all."
Excellent. I love myself some good optimism.
Are we leaving right away, or are we sitting and drinking with him?
I mean, we can sit and drink with him if you want.
No. I was just, as we were going to go to leave, I was going to be like, we'll mull over what you asked, and we'll see if we can come up with a good way to deal with him. I don't know if we will.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Let's go to
the mine?
The mines.
To the mine.
Today.
Mine. All right.
I'm just gonna hold the box out as we travel. I sure hope that's good.
All right, give me a few seconds. Just gonna set up a map. You guys can talk amongst yourselves as party members, not out of character. If you speak out of character, you're losing HP.
We're going to the mines, are we? We're going inside Underdark. Are we all
Yes.
prepared for this?
You said it connects to Underdark.
Are you
not
not?
that we're going to Underdark. I don't even know what Underdark is. Never mind. Fuck me.
Yeah, I'll be like, I believe he said it is connected to Underdark, not that it was directly Underdark itself. I mean, I know that that is a minor technicality, pun intended,
Mine
but
collecting.
I'm going to pull out the only thing I bought with my money, and it's a new lantern. Be like, guys, I'll be able to see this time.
Son, Lonzel, what is the Underdark?
I don't know much of it myself, but if I am to think of the creatures that I was able to witness while you talked with them, I don't think they're much to hang out with kobolds at the surface. They seem like ones to lurk deep beneath. So when I heard the term Underdark, that's where I figure we're going to have to go to retrieve an item they kept close.
I'm gonna interrupt you guys for a second. With your axe beaks, it's a 15-minute trek outside of Tourmaline to the mine. Important question: what do you guys do to your axe beaks?
Pet them.
pet
What-
them.
Pet
what-
them. We pet them.
Wait, what?
Always pet them.
We pet
You
them.
What
have
is
to
it?
pet your axe beak,
Why?
because
Because
you
otherwise
have
petting
to.
will cause penalties.
Also,
Love your axe beak.
I'm petting them with a spectral hand.
Yep, they all love it. They're all
that's
like,
fine.
they have a great time.
Also, on our travels, if I could hunt some hare on the way for.
With the axe beaks, they're pretty focused on the road,
Web it.
so you need to be actually actively
Then it'd be-
hunting in the forest.
Okay.
The entrance to the gem mine is an open tunnel in a hillside. Empty carts are parked near the entrance, next to which is a crude wooden sign that has been propped up. Written on this sign in charcoal are the words "Kobolds only" in common.
We should have
Okay.
no problem convincing them we're kobolds.
I'm just gonna go over and I'm gonna knock the sign over.
Oh my god.
Well, clearly we are not here to make friends then. Sweetheart.
Don't we have a job to do? Do we want to convince more of them that they should be coming into the mine? Oh, look, this is where you hang out.
Well, I mean, yes, you're not wrong.
Now,
But property damage is not a good way to go about starting.
hear me out. Hear me out. What if we write "No kobolds allowed" on the sign?
I'm gonna pick up the sign. I'm sticking it back in the ground and I am fixing it.
One kobold will stay because it says no kobolds allowed.
Ah, that's fine.
Oh,
That's fine.
he is smarter than I am.
Is he?
I'll
has a law
let you
degree.
guys position yourselves as you want, and just for simplicity, for no reason whatsoever, don't get scared.
I'm scared.
We're gonna roll initiative, but we're only gonna enter an initiative if we actually enter combat.
When we enter.
Yes, when we enter combat, and everything goes to shit.
No. Lonzo's not taking any damage.
Oh,
There's
what
not
the
gonna
fuck
be
is
any
that?
combat.
I'm low in the order, so I'm probably gonna take damage.
I'm
it's
gonna
fine.
say thanks to the party being super nice to me and letting me buy some dope armor. I should go in front because I think I have the most AC.
You do
Tracy,
now,
you do.
yes.
Yeah, you are now frontier, and we don't have Joanna, so am I now too. Apparently.
What's your AC?
Come on, Lonzel, let's do this.
16. It's not bad.
No.
Oh.
Ennui, what's your AC?
19, baby.
He's
Have you
good.
seen this half plate?
No. I mean, I assume yes. Oh, right. that half plate I have seen, yes.
Honestly, the click that made in the sound
Very
in the
satisfying.
microphone was like ASMR satisfying to me.
Very, very satisfying.
As you guys come down the steps, this opens up into the path 60 feet down until you get into the mine, which opens up into a tool room where racks holding picks and hammers are nailed to the walls of this small cavern. The floor is covered with rock, dust, and tracks.
I'm gonna turn to Ennui and be like, "Your fancy box doesn't tell us which way to go, does it?"
Not yet.
And if we're not
And
going
I-
to listen to a box, we should listen to our rangers.
I was
Yes.
going to say I would like to try and survival check these tracks.
Banner, don't you deal with kobolds quite often in Icewind Dale? Wouldn't you?
No, they mostly keep to themselves in caves and stuff. I do not hunt in caves.
Well, sorry, I'm still learning the local flora and fauna.
I'm very familiar with caves.
What animals would you hunt in caves?
Nothing.
I
We
do
come
not
from a
hunt.
mining town.
He's like
I don't know,
people.
commoners.
the most dangerous animal.
the most dangerous
dwarves.
animal.
Mirabar is almost only caves.
As you guys, as you track, Fagin, you see that there are kobold tracks that go in all directions, as well as what looks like giant rodent tracks that go down this path.
I'll kind of scratch somebody's chin and just be like, "Do you want to go visit friends? No? Don't know. Oh,
Sorry, did you name your rat somebody?
Every creature I have is going to be named somebody. Plot twist." I will explain this to the rest of the group. The kobolds seem to venture where they please in all of these tunnels, but there are giant rodent tracks here that are a little unusual. I don't know if we should investigate those, or perhaps leave it till later.
I'm gonna pick up. Is there one of the tools? Is there like a wrench or something vaguely stick-like?
You could use the the handle of the pick. It's pretty long.
I was just we're playing spin the bottle with these entrances, baby.
Oh yeah. You could spin the pick on the floor pretty easily.
Just
There's
flip
even
it
small
360
hammers that
points.
probably be easier to
It
spin.
points behind us to the exit.
You should leave.
I point to this one.
To the
That's
giant
the one I
rat
was
it
going to
is.
say it pointed to with her 2 rolls, so Caitlin knows what's up.
Excellent.
To the giant rats it is.
All right. I'm going to reveal a bit more. And then when I do, you guys, excuse me. There we go.
Polygon reveal.
Is there like any stalagmites or
shit.
stalactites in this?
If you just right click, it should end it. That's what
Let's
I when I was
just-
using it the other day.
It just wasn't starting, Mike, was the problem.
Oh yeah, I had that problem a lot.
So the meandering tunnels have 7-foot high ceilings. When you get into the wider areas, they go up to 12-foot high. It has no light sources, so who can't see in the dark? But you have your lantern. Here,
Oh,
Caitlin,
why
I'll give
does
you
your
some
lantern
light once
cast
I'm
light?
done this path.
Oh, I don't know.
Listen, I just had this conversation with Justin this week where we learned how much having light around actually nerfs my ability to see in the dark.
Does it? No, it doesn't.
Yeah, so
It does.
how his devil's sight works is, as I did a bunch of research, was that
Oh.
in pure dark, he can see 120 feet no problem. Otherwise, his dark vision turns in. So
Yes.
with
Sorry, I
that,
thought you
if
meant it
he's
wrecked
in
his
like
dark
a
vision.
dimly lit area, he doesn't get the full 120.
No.
He only gets the 60 of his dark vision.
Not?
But as soon as he's in any sort of darkness, non-magical or magical, he sees 120 feet as if it was bright
Yeah.
light.
Sorry, I
I
thought you
can't
said that
close my eyes.
he lost his dark vision. I was like, I don't know if that's how that works, but yeah,
No,
devil
it
sight
I'll
for
just-
take
sure.
his eyes
Yeah,
out.
so
if you
nerfs
want. You
my
guys want me
devil
to? I'll take his eyes out.
No, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
sure, let's do it.
That's cool. I like that.
You've
Mike, I think your
already
camera's
taken
frozen, by the
my
way.
eyes out.
Sorry.
Oh, am I frozen?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
In a very funny.
Am I? I can't see my
but
camera
Marshall,
right now.
there are no stalagmites or stalactites in here. It seems to be pretty well carved out.
Cool.
All right, let me get Blair some light.
Yeah, 30 and then an additional 30.
Is that better? Is that better?
Oh, so bright.
Much better.
Yes, you're moving again.
Lantern
What
light.
color is your lantern?
It's metal.
It's
Oh.
it's lantern colored.
Rose gold
I just-
bronze.
Oh, amazing.
Sorry, 1 second. I hate how bright, how like not opaque
Yeah.
they are.
What's a good color? I feel
Maybe
like
not.
blue is a
Please
calm
not.
blue looks pretty good.
Let's see
Yeah,
what
I
this
like
thing's
blue
doing.
for the outer one,
Hmm.
and like a almost a like a really good yellow for the center.
Excuse you.
Let's go with this nice blue. Let's do that. There, that'll work nice. That looks cleanest on mine when you see the whole map.
I like it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
Because Fagin, you also can't see in the dark, right?
Yeah, I
And
would cast light
Marshall,
if she
you
didn't
can?
have the other one, but
And
Dark
then
vision,
everyone else
baby.
can. Yeah, cool.
Hobgoblin, baby.
All right, why don't you guys get your formation as you step into this new tunnel?
Oh, Lonzel, right second place.
trying to oust.
The
I'm
floor
gonna-
in the east end of this dusty cave is 5 feet higher than the west end, with a rocky ridge separating the two areas, except for the slopes on either side. Picks and shovels lean against the ridge, and small gem deposits in the ridge and the walls of the cave gleam seductively.
Seductively. Okay, Burger.
Shall we continue on then?
You note that the rat footprints go further south.
Amazing. Is the box any louder?
It's the same.
How is our stealth with the box?
Awful.
Makes
Awesome.
sense.
We've got a box and a lantern. We're not sneaking up on anyone.
No.
Yeah.
Can we do intimidation checks as we go? Because we're like the devil walking through a hallway.
What happens if
work,
I
yeah.
just use my like thaumaturgy to like make this? Oh no, I have to throw my voice, not any sound. Never mind. So let's make this box real loud and evil sounding.
All right. Would you guys like to continue down south?
Yes,
please.
Yes, please.
Is this a little like deep cavern? Is
No,
that what
it's
that image is?
so the western side is higher, and then the eastern side, it kind of just like that's like a slope that's been carved
I
out.
understand. Yeah. Cool. But we can see up there. There's nothing like interesting up there that we
It's
need to
down
be like
there. Yeah, there's nothing interesting
down there.
You're on the
Nothing
incline.
interesting down there. Excellent.
Oh no. Oh,
Giant rats.
where are we gonna be when we see that? Probably like down there.
An underground river flows to the far side of this cavern, which is supported by a natural stone pillar near the water's edge. Two gray rodents are just scurrying around, just kind of eating stuff on the ground.
How large are they? Are they like annoyingly large rodents?
They're about halfling sized.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like
No giant rats.
size of this thing that's on my shoulder.
Oh, I'm still back here. What's happening? Oh my god. I'm gonna sort of lean into Fag and be like, do we need to worry about giant rats?
If we don't bother them, they shouldn't bother us.
I mean, they can certainly hear us right now.
Yeah, one of them kind of
I-
looks over at you guys and just kind of like looks at you and then just starts going on the ground again.
Well, we were
I
not
don't-
hired to rid this of rats, correct? Just kobolds.
And I don't see any
true.
reason to go that way. It seems to end in just water.
What does the
I'll,
box
like-
say?
Same as
Kind of turn around and be like, just push back towards the this fork that we hit.
Well,
I'm gonna point at this hallway and I'm just gonna be like, oh look, we wasted time.
we saw a very seductive wall.
A very seductive wall.
Well, and it never hurts to check our surroundings. We've been boned by that before.
All right. Benches and tables are set up as workspace where miners clean the gemstones they found. Gravel and pebbles are strewn on the ground. Scattered across the floor are a few hammers, picks, and broken lanterns. There is a loud sound of rushing water coming from this hallway.
Along our walk, we haven't seen any, like, I would imagine not at the entrance to the mine, but we haven't seen any large gemstones just like poking out of the wall ready for the taking, have we?
No.
Excellent. I didn't think so. But I know you'd make fun of us if we didn't ask.
It's true, I probably would.
No, the pretty wall we walked past, that was just filled with tourmaline.
Gemstones.
Yeah, just gemstones.
1 second.
I guess, yeah, once you're ready, I guess we're just going to keep moving forward, like keeping our eyes open, and yeah, look till we see something again.
James is dying.
He's okay, we can't hear him, it's fine.
Yeah, he's dying quietly, so
He's
it's
put
fine.
too
That's
much mouth
better.
in his food.
I really wish he didn't mute himself when he's eating. I mean, I wanted to hear this.
Oh no, you don't. We witnessed
It's
it.
bad.
It's really awful. As we walk into this cavern, I would like to take a look off this at what I assume is a ledge downwards.
That is a ledge upwards.
Can I see up? Is there
Yeah,
anything?
it kind of just, from what you can tell with your limited vision, but it's kind of helped by Blair's lantern. This path just kind of looks as if it connects with the path you didn't walk down.
Sweet, great.
Excellent.
All right. Would you guys like to keep going forward?
Absolutely.
Why don't you guys
Lead
get in
the
this
way,
room in the
Henri.
formation you're going to go in?
Alright.
Doo-doo. Oh,
Oh boy.
It's a mine, boys.
All right. Wooden planks and struts form a walkway along the wall of a seemingly bottomless vertical shaft. A narrow waterfall cascades down the northwest wall, and the sound of rushing water is loud in the confined space. You guys cannot hear each other unless you are shouting at each other in this area. The
Wow.
waterfall is so loud.
just gonna move
Right.
this back then.
Who would like to go first on the rickety walkway?
Ennui.
Ennui. With that great AC of his, that's totally gonna help.
It is gonna help. Don't you worry. Oh, we could have swam. Oh, never mind.
No.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Yeah, go
swim.
for a swim,
Swim
Ennui.
across.
If I drop the box down the hole, does it get louder?
Actually, it would get quieter.
Yeah. It's loud for a bit and then very, very, very quiet.
All right.
And then something down there picks it up.
I would. Oh God. I would like to walk across the rickety bridge. Hopefully,
I'm gonna reach out and just like pinch Ennui by the nape of the neck, and he just feels all his like the hair on the back of his neck perpetually stand up, like he's got that ghostly feel haunting him. And I'm gonna cast resistance on him.
Nice.
Amazing.
Ennui,
Yeah.
this path continues into a small area with a bucket lift that fits one medium creature that you can lower down to the next level.
Yeah.
Oh boy, ain't this something?
Otherwise, though, the rickety bridge you're able to walk on no problem.
Well, lower me first, boys. I can see in the dark.
No, it's a math puzzle. It only goes down in.
It only fits one person. How can it be math?
Jokes.
I feel like I need to get dressed first before we head down into the deeper parts of the mine. So if you don't mind, and he just waves his hands over the crevasse, and the waterfall begins to sweep up out and towards him in a swirling storm that turns into fractal pieces of ice that begin to cut into his armor that he's wearing and stick in place until he just looks like something Lady Gaga would wear.
Nice, nice.
Cool.
What did that accomplish other than being bomb as fuck?
And I cast Armor of Agathis on myself at 2nd level.
Ah, okay. So it did serve a purpose other than looking bomb as fuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah, I'll see you do this, standing right next to you, and just be like, "Well,
I'll tell you what that's.
all right then."
I'll tell you what that spell's good for, Marshall. Like killing kobolds who attack you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
wonder you asked about temporary hit points.
I'm not gonna take any damage. I just wanted to waste a 2nd level spell slot.
Yeah, you have them.
Yeah,
Why
you're
not use them,
definitely
right?
not. Yeah.
As you climb inside the bucket, Ennui, you notice that there is a the crank to actually move it is inside the bucket. You can just lower it down by going like this.
All right. I'll lower the bucket down.
I'm gonna cast resistance on him again to give him a new minute of resistance.
It is dark when you get down to the bottom, but luckily, because of your exciting ability to see in pure darkness, you see very far in the directions that you can see.
The mad clicking is just great.
Hey,
Dang.
Northeast of the map.
I don't want to lose myself.
I'm moving you.
Okay.
You come down right up here.
Nice.
It descends to the floor of a small cave where two dusty tunnels lead in opposite directions. You can faintly hear the sound of the waterfall coming from both above you and to the north of you. But otherwise, it is quite quiet here.
Really? No kobolds? No chitter chatter?
No chitter chatter.
Well, I want to be somewhat stealthy, so I'm going to wrap this box back up.
It's pretty loud, but you're going to be at disadvantage for stealth checks.
I already am, baby. So
Yeah, it's not a problem.
do we get to pull the bucket back up, or does he have to do something to it?
There is a crank up at top and at the bottom that also allows you to pull up.
Okay.
Okay,
We would start doing that.
I'll crank it back up.
Oh, it would be better if he did it. Yeah.
And
No, you
then,
guys can crank it up there.
Okay.
Anwi,
and
with
then
your ability to see in the pure darkness, would you like to explore a bit?
I would.
All right.
Split the Onway.
I can't wait till you guys come down there and just find Onmi's head like 50 feet from his body.
As you come in
with
here,
two kobolds.
in this small area, a hole in the west side of this chamber opens into the central shaft, letting in the sound of the waterfall. The floor in the north end of the cave is 5 feet higher than in the south end, with a rocky ridge separating them and a slope on either side leading to the top of the ridge. The walls above the ridge gleam with gem deposits. And because of your devil's sight and no one is down here to ruin it for you and make your vision worse, you see perfectly in the dark as if it was bright light. And up here, hiding in the corner, you see what looks like a brain with a beak with tentacles hanging from the top of it.
What in the fuck?
As you say that, you are confident that this creature is watching you.
I'll wave to it.
All right, let's get into initiative order, please.
I love slowly lowering myself down in a bucket on my initiative turn.
He'll be like, "Oh no, it's jammed."
Oh no, it's jam.
I believe that one time that I ran the that one shot, these were in that maze that you guys managed to miss.
We managed to get rid of everything. Yeah.
I love these things.
Me too.
I don't. Brains are gross, man.
I fought one on Friday, actually.
Well, be better if it was an intellect devourer or something like that.
All right, Nocta, it is your action as you watch Lonzel begin to put his leg over into the bucket to get in. Is there anything you would like to do?
I would love to stand there and watch as Lonzel puts his leg in the bucket.
And you're like, those are some nice calves.
Yeah, I'm like,
He's not fit at all.
no, but they're some nice calves.
You can have nice calves and not be fit. Yeah.
Ennui,
Yeah.
it's your action.
Like, I know what this is, but I don't know what it is as ennui. I'm gonna unwrap the box because this is not a kobold. I know what a kobold is. I'm gonna unwrap the box and just kind of hold it up to the thing.
Would you like to do anything else?
I kind of want to Eldritch Blast it.
This stuff, isn't it neat?
Super neat.
So neat.
Tony.
The Grell does nothing to the box, hey?
The what does?
Is that not a Grell or whatever the fuck they're called? What are the brain beaks?
I don't know what you're
Growl.
talking about. It's just a brain beak in a corner.
Sorry, that was a player thing slipping through. That is what they're called, though, isn't it?
It's actually I can see the name in the initiative.
It's in the
It's
turn
actually
order, yeah.
real?
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
there it
it's
is.
fine.
Whoops.
1 second,
yeah.
1 second.
Oops. Brain beak octopus above land.
Strange beak brain. Yeah, there it is.
Okay. I like it doesn't do anything when I hold the box up, hey?
No.
This is probably one of those scary Underdark creatures. Blip!
You blast with your eldritch ferocity, and the brain shakes in the corner, realizing as it screeches that, baby, you were able to see it. It was not expecting that. Give me your damage, please.
Not bad.
Does this guy have any immunities? Whoa, that's a weird thing to be immune to. All right.
Yo, hold
Immune
on,
to bananas.
baby.
He's just immune to love.
This is not a melee weapon.
Yeah. Oh, I haven't summoned it right. You're right. I haven't summoned it yet.
No, you just eldritch blasted.
But you
Well,
you could put that on your weapon, right? Can you?
Well, I haven't summoned my weapon yet. That's the problem.
Does that cost anything to you?
I don't
Okay.
think so. Don't I just like pull it out of thin air?
You just verbalize something and it gets summoned. It's just a verbal.
If
spell.
it doesn't cost anything, then you could buff it if you wanted to.
Yeah, you can still cast the spell if you want to.
Yeah, it just doesn't do anything to your total.
Yeah, no, I know that. You Eldritch Blast, you pop that off for your sword, and then you swing next turn. That's what you do.
He has, he the combo. I forgot about. Oh shit! I gotta end this episode. Bye, YouTube. The grill flips over you, and then it goes scraw with its tentacles, and it attacks you. Will ennui be okay? Let's find out in the next episode of Icewind Dale. Oh my God, ennui! The strange brain beak, not a Grell TM, floats over to you. Its tentacles lash out against your armor, but you have 19 armor. And
Push
it
it back with the
hits you still.
Fuck!
You take 7 points of piercing damage.
Wow.
Can I please get a constitution check for your spell? I believe it'll be 10 is the level.
Is it a save or check?
Save.
Save.
You do know you forgot your spell?
I wasn't expecting the brain beak to just float up here and attack me.
What did you think it was going to do after you attacked it?
He thought it was going to crawl up to him and attack.
I thought maybe it would just crawl into the waterfall and die.
Anyways, as it wraps its tendrils around you, the tentacles hanging with their barbed points, can you give me a Constitution saving throw as you feel a poison seep through your veins?
Ennui's dead, guys.
You suck at Constitution saves. You're paralyzed.
Oh, this is
Oh,
amazing.
shit.
So Justin, I'm in the bucket, right? So other people can lower me down now, right?
Yeah, on their action they can. Yeah.
Can't you lower yourself down?
It's not my turn yet. And you guys have
Banner,
turns.
you go first then before Lonzel. We're in
Do I?
initiative order.
I rolled so low. How do I go first?
Because I rolled worse than you.
Oh my
As you
God.
kind of just like this, as they're like still wrapped in the tentacles, it just brings its head back and with a scraw swings down and pecks you in the face.
Dang.
No.
Remember
bad
this
luck.
50-foot head thing I said?
It does miss
bad
on
luck.
the beak though. Your beautiful plate mail deflects the shot.
Oh, gorgeous.
Banner, you're up. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'll be like, you ready to go down, Lonzel?
Sounds good. I don't hear
Hey.
any violence happening below us, but we should probably
I'll
get
go.
there.
I'll go slow.
Excuse me, you didn't hear the scraw or the fuck?
They
I didn't-
can't
I
hear you
didn't-
over the waterfall.
Yeah, it's
loud back here.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll go at a decent speed. I won't go slow. I'll go at a decent speed to get you down.
Sure.
Awesome.
Not in a
hey,
hurried
Nocta,
speed, 'cause I
Can
have
you
no
give
wisdom.
me a perception check, please?
I would love to.
Thank you.
Oh no.
Great.
Lonzel, as you get down, because of your ability to also see in the dark, because apparently dark vision is given out like candy in Dungeons and Dragons, you see Ennui kind of like a puppet on marionette strings as a giant brain with a beak is holding him in place, and he's just like frozen as he's just like spinning like this.
Okay.
Blair, is there anything you want to do?
I don't know. I'm waiting my turn. I'm gonna look around.
Bring the bucket back up. He's out.
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, I can raise the bucket. I'm gonna raise the bucket.
All right, it takes roughly about 6 seconds to raise the bucket up.
God fucking damn it.
Is there anything else you want to do? Would you like to move? Would you like to jump down into the pit and see if you make it? I highly advise against doing that. This is the thing I told you guys was the stupid thing to do. Jumping into the pit.
Attack a Grell
Right.
No, the
No,
Grell's
jump into
fine.
the pit.
You're supposed to
Oh,
fight
Grell's
the Grell.
nothing.
or Strange
Yeah.
Brain Beak TM PBG
Yeah.
No.
2020
Um,
2021.
I'm good.
All right. Lonzel, it is your action. Is there anything you would like to do?
Oh, I'm going to come around this corner, see what's happening, shake my head, and just crack my knuckles. And the
And that's it.
shadow hand opens into like a mouth that just lets out an ominous roar that drowns out the noise the box is making. And as it reverberates around this cavernous chamber, the Grell hears its own death calling to it.
Oh, that sounds sick. It just sounds like a bird scrying.
Badass.
It has to do with DC 12 Wisdom save or take 8 necrotic damage.
It's all brain. Are you kidding me?
It's will.
You know, like when you hit like a balloon with like your fist and it doesn't like pop, but it just like drops down and then floats back up?
Yeah.
That's what just happened to the Grell after that.
Okay.
Throwing around that sweet, sweet DC 12 wisdom save.
Oh, you don't know half of what I got.
Probably
Is that
not.
for you, Lonzel?
Yeah, I think that's all I can do.
All right, Nocta, your action. Let's
Are
see how
you
this is
getting in
going
the
up
bucket,
here with
Nocta?
the basket boys.
I mean, yeah, I guess in order to speed things up a bit, I'll go next since turn order is a thing.
Because it's your turn, you actually can get in and also lower yourself down.
Ah, sick, I do that.
As you get to the landing where your good friends are, I guess I'll just zoom out so YouTube can see everything that's happening. Because you also have dark vision, because you too took the free candy, you see Lonzel standing in the hallway, and then Ennui, as I described, as a frozen puppet on tentacle strings, as the brain beak floats above him.
I go, fuck, and pull out my crossbow.
And just put Ennui out of his misery.
No,
One in the throat.
Yeah, just kill Ennui. Fagin, it's your action.
I guess I'm pulling the bucket back up.
All right, the bucket comes back up. You know, I ain't even upset that it's happening this way. This is a lot more exciting than the Grell just like following you guys from behind and grabbing one of you. It's much more exciting to have this bucket fiasco. Ennui, would you like to give me... You're paralyzed, by the way, so you can try to get out of this as... give me a Constitution saving throw again, please.
Oh, baby. This Grell doesn't even know what's about to break loose.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right, you are no longer paralyzed, but it is not your turn.
Sick!
You are still restrained, though, in his things, but you are
Yeah,
able
I
to
can't
move.
wait for
wow.
him to just paralyze me on his turn.
Yep.
I'm gonna start like, damn it!
As you get free, oh, this isn't even just a once per. He can just keep paralyzing you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He tries to get his tendrils into you again. He does not. So instead, he scraws and tries to hit you with his beak. That he does. And you take 7 points of piercing damage as his large beak hits you right in the fucking nose.
Excuse me?
You just got beaked.
Thanks, Banner. Speaking of banner, it's your action. Would you like to get in the bucket that was just recently raised?
Was it raised or did
Yes,
it have to go
Fagin
down?
lifted it up.
Oh yeah, I'll get in it. I'll go. See y'all on the other side. But you
Just
can't
let
hear me
go.
anyway. And just like no, just let go. No, I'll watch
Fagin.
old time movies.
Fagin and I are up here alone. We're just gonna make out like teenagers.
Yeah, we're gonna have. I'll be like, Larry, we need to have a talk.
You bastard.
Blair, it is
totally
your
joking.
action. Would you like to lift the bucket up?
Or would you like to make out with faggot?
I'm going to lift the bucket up.
Just
No,
turns
since no
out
one
the
asked,
light.
It's only a 15-foot ride down, so you could probably have just jumped.
You should just kiss
It's
the
only
man
15?
with no lips.
It takes 6 seconds to pull it up. I mean, it can't be that high.
Like, it's true, I guess. I thought there was lots of gears, then it just made it fast.
Lonzel, it's your action. What would you like to do?
Oh, this is gonna take a hands-on approach, and I'm gonna walk up right next to it, and I'm just gonna both hands clamp one on the back of its neck and one under its chin.
It's 15 feet high in the air.
Okay, then I'm gonna grab it like around the waist, tenderly.
Yeah, you can grab like his tendrils. Yeah.
Aw, cute. Tenderly.
Tenderly. And I'm gonna hit it with a 2nd level inflict wounds.
Sick.
Okay. And
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna, just to be safe, I'm gonna add my +1 from my, or +2 from my saving face to make sure I hit it.
Yeah, you hit. 23 necrotic damage is a good
But
chunk.
I'm also gonna pump in my divine channel divinity for an extra 11 to make it 34.
Are you just
necrotic
gonna
damage.
pop this brain?
The brain
Tenderly.
is still standing. Well,
Oh
floating,
no!
rather.
Oh,
But it is
no,
kind
I
of just like
forgot.
shaking back and forth. It doesn't seem to be happy with what's happening.
Ah.
Nocta, it's your action.
All right, I'm gonna get to here.
Oh, you're only like, it's only like 5 feet above you now. You got your crossbow ready.
Yeah, and I shoot him
Go for it.
Sick.
with that.
Let's
Oh,
Yeah.
roll your
cam
damage.
that
Nice.
arrow.
As
Like-
the creature thrashes back and forth, you hit it in the back of the head, and its brains explode on the walls behind it. And the grell, surprise! It was a grell.
Oh, it told us its name as its
What?
last action.
Is dead.
Wow.
Ennui,
Remember me.
the guts from above kind of just rain down on you as the tentacles just like slop away and fall to the floor.
We are
Nocta
going to be
just
so
laughs.
confused.
Nocta
Yeah,
just
we're gonna
laughs.
be so confused. It's gonna be good.
Man, ever since Noctis started believing in himself, like, he's been getting kills left and right.
Yeah.
It's that all I needed to see was the dagger thing and be like, I can
Yeah.
do this.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do
Yeah,
that.
I can be cool. I can be my own man.
So Fagin and Blair, you guys are able to just ride down easily now. We are no longer
That's
in combat.
perfect.
Great.
Excellent. Because I was
And you
gonna get down
round the
there
corner and see ennui.
and then drenched in guts. Yeah, I was gonna get down there and be like, well, I can't see anything.
Womp womp.
Let me just waste an action casting light.
Yeah. The dark vision buddies just down here.
Yeah, as Blair comes down with her lantern ennui, your dark vision, your devil's sight becomes just dim light.
Damn it.
I made a satanic deal for this.
Man,
Yeah.
I love it, James, because what we talked about made me discover that that would be the only way this party would have been able to see the Grell, right? Unless, like, you guys were looking for it. But you could see it perfectly because it was just there because of your devil sight. So sick. Anyways,
Bear in mind that I
as
have
Blair and
no
Faye come down,
idea.
you guys see remnants of a tentacly creature as well as ennui covered in guts.
You see Ennui cleaning himself off.
He has to take the beak off of the shoulder of what remains of it and just drops it on the floor.
What the fuck happened?
You didn't even wait for us to get downstairs to have the fun? Come on.
I mean, it was hugging ennui weirdly.
Yeah, but what did Ennui do to make it?
What
I didn't
what
get
what
down here
what
after that.
exactly is like a brain with tentacles and a beak? What is that? Do you guys know about that?
Do I?
Those are Grells. Do I?
They
Do
are
I?
Brain, beak, beard, tentacles.
Can we roll to know?
It sounds like something that may have come from the Underdark.
Nature?
Sure
Ar-
does.
Arcana?
Arcana?
Probably Arcana. I would take. You could take Nature too, but it'll be harder because like this thing ain't natural, yo.
Oh, baby, I know things.
Lonzel does know what this is.
Nope,
This
all for
is
shit.
a Grell, a medium aberration
Oh, no.
that comes from the Underdark.
Yeah, so it's down here, but kobolds aren't.
Do we
Anyways.
expect there to be more?
I'm gonna, and as I'm like cleaning myself off, I'm gonna be like, "Let's go," and then I go to pick up the box and like, "Do we expect there to be more?" And I'm just gonna be like, and look to Lonzel. Do they travel in packs?
This means we're going in the right direction, because this type of creature, it's basically our friends we're helping out. Same deal.
This, for if there's more, Grells by nature are solitary. You do know that as well, Lonzel.
They travel alone.
But they
Like
can
Snowball.
also sometimes gather in small groups called covens.
Oh,
A coven of Grell.
no, not cute.
They're like little witches.
Little brain witches.
All right. Well, should we perhaps keep looking for our task? There
Do-
wasn't anything down that way. I'll point to what I can see as a cavernous hole in the ground, but Fagin has no idea it's there.
do
That is the central shaft.
do any of the gems that you described on the walls, Justin, do they look easy to pick out or worth anything?
They look like they're worth something, and it would take about an hour to chip gems free, but you're totally welcome to. Me mine, a Sue mine.
I would not like to take the time. My armor is melting as we speak.
Perhaps
Melted.
we should.
Everyone laughs, freeze frame, credits roll.
Perhaps we should think about coming back to do this sort of thing after we've completed our eviction.
All right, but I'm making a note of it, and we're going to come back and we're going to get the gems.
Absolutely, my
we
dear.
have a certain satyr that would be very angry at us if we did not get the gems.
I completely agree. I'll sort of poke at Jennifer.
That's a great sitcom idea. A certain satyr.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, do you guys want to form the formation that you're going to walk
Fantastic.
down this hallway, awkwardly shuffling past each other in these
Excuse
tiny
me.
hallways?
Excuse me. I'm sorry. Excuse me. I'm gonna take a little bit of extra time beside Blair. Excuse me.
I'll glare at you as you go past. I thought we had an agreement.
I was not there for this agreement. I do not know
You
what
were-
happened.
You don't know. It's fine. It's between us boys. It's all right.
Oh, this one kobold's name Smol.
Too smooth.
I love him.
I don't know if he's friends with the Grell or not, though.
He should be
Well,
small, and he should be
He's
mine.
friends with us now.
Too smooth.
He's so small.
All right. As you guys step into this room in the order that you're walking in, which I assume was the normal marching order
Rip.
you guys were following.
Mhm.
I think you were second. Everyone else can just get in the marching order down the hallway that you're in. A table and chairs are set up in this area to create a space for the miners to take breaks. On the top of the table, two kobolds are poking a giant rat with their javelins to make sure it's dead. The kobolds screech loudly as they notice you, and one of them yells, "Charge."
Great.
Grek hops off the table with his spear in his hand, which is actually just a javelin, but to him it's a spear.
Yeah.
He
But that's fine.
steps
I'm weak.
forward
Yeah.
and tries to hit you, Ennui, with the spear. And his spear just awkwardly bounces off your armor. And when he sees that, he screams, drops the spear, and runs back towards the table. Would you like to make an attack of opportunity?
What kind of question is that?
Do we think we can talk these kobolds into leaving, or are we slaughtering named NPCs.
Here's the problem: is Justin made them cute.
He did make them cute.
Kobolds
He
are just
did.
cute.
We've
They are
saved
cute.
we've saved
Kobolds are
3
cute.
kobolds already. Like we don't
did.
view them as bad things.
No, it's true.
It's true. It's true. We have no reason
I'll
to.
just
I mean,
let him
I don't
run
have a part of
back to
this.
the table.
Worst
Worst
was
case
also not a part of this.
scenario, he summons
Good.
100.
Yeah,
This
he
is great.
runs under the table and kind of just hides behind the body of the large rat. Smo looks down at Grek and just begins to speak to him in a language that I assume none of you speak. Does anyone speak Draconic?
Nope.
Yeah, no.
No, infernal.
Not you. Yeah.
Are you sure it wasn't Goblin?
Yeah.
Checking? No. Fagin, it is your action.
I will push forward, and I'll just be like, "Hello, do you speak common?"
When you speak to them, they both just and like
Like
freeze.
meerkats.
And then one of them responds with no.
Well, I mean, he still might not know, because it's really important when you go somewhere to learn the like
To
5
learn how
things
to
in the
say-
language.
Yeah, how to say
Man.
you don't speak the language.
Hi,
Yeah.
no, where's the toilet? Like,
Man, when he says no,
I will-
I'm just going to be like, that's a shame, because if we can't talk, we're going to have to kill you.
Oh no.
no.
Before he does that, I'm gonna run through my languages just for funsies and just be like, what about Dwarvish or Elvish or Sylvan, and then go back to Common and be like, any of those?
No.
I'll withhold my threat.
What are your names? My name is Fagin.
No.
Nocta, is
Yeah,
there anything you want to do? I'm gonna let you guys all say something before the kobolds respond.
Great.
Nocta's debating talking to them in Giant or not to see if it would work. He's not going to do anything. It's fine.
Ennui, would you like to do anything?
Can I just close on Small a little and loom over them?
As
Who's-
you
who's
do,
rocking
he just kind
out?
of still stands on the table,
Wait,
holding
wait,
his
sorry,
spear,
is he
but he's
on the
shaking.
table? Is he on the table?
Yeah, Small is still on the table.
Whose music is that?
I think it's
Someone-
James's.
Oh, sorry. That was just a thing I opened from Laura.
Demonetized.
Didn't even notice.
I didn't, because I just clicked the message from her. It was like, I'll check that out in a minute.
Would you like to do anything else, Ennui?
Can I just, like, grab, like, not grab, but, like, carefully just push his spear down?
Yeah, you can kind of just like put his spear down. He just kind of
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, I'll just do that.
Banner, would you like to do anything?
Where am I comparatively? Oh, where did that map
What the
go?
hell, guys?
There it is. Yeah, I'm gonna squeeze past and see what's going on in here.
You see the 2 kobolds as described.
I mean, like,
I'll lean over and be like,
Oh,
I
Is
believe
there-
you speak Common.
is there others of you in here, or is it just you?
Oh
All right, so they have the questions. What is your name? And are there others like you? All right.
Could you
Yeah.
imagine if, like, the town militia was like, we're not dealing with 2 kobolds?
Lonzel, is there anything you would like to do?
I'm
I
gonna
mean, commoners, it could be.
coyly put my hands behind my back and ready a double targeting chill touch if either one of them tries to take a step forward with hostile intent.
Okay.
Oh,
Blair, is there anything you would like to do?
I'm just gonna like stand back here. Lonzel, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'11", like I'm not
Oh, okay. I'm
too
gonna.
tall.
She's gonna, because these hallways are. I got a cat falling. Sorry, because these hallways are like thin. She's gonna stand on her tiptoes and do one of these to try to see what's going on, and just from like the back, be like, "You guys have to leave."
Grek stands up from behind the rat and says, my name is, and then he cups his mouth and he says, run! And he moves to
Before they move,
Yep.
I'm gonna hit both of them with the chill touch.
Sure, cast your spell.
Okay.
I thought you said
gonna
only
kill
with
them.
hostile intent they were going to run.
I mean, like, basically, if I didn't like it, I'm gonna
Sure.
capitalize on my ability to hit both of them.
Sure.
Does a 13 hit a kobold?
It does not.
I try,
Oh.
like, you watch two
They're tiny.
spectral hands reach up out of the ground and try and grasp at their feet, but they run away.
Yeah,
I'll just kind of-
Greg has escaped. Small is still there.
I'll kind of lean over to you and be like, "We'll go with a shot."
Small disengages and runs as well.
As they're leaving, I'll just be like, "It was nice meeting you. Run."
You think those were the only ones?
No,
No.
certainly not. Do you think an
Okay.
infestation is just 2?
Well, I mean, depending on the miners in here, they might not want to even deal with 2.
That's fair.
It's not hard, it's just inconvenient.
They're more annoyed than they are inconvenienced.
Kobolds are like bunnies, though. When you've got 2,
Oh,
you're gonna have a lot
Lord.
more.
Yes, it's true. They do not reproduce in normal means.
Fagin, would you like to do anything?
I'll go to the edge of the light circle.
As you do... Sorry,
You see 50 kobolds.
Excuse me, Polygon Reveal, will you do your job? No, that's okay. Who cares? Who needs a map? Oh, alright, ignore that.
Oh,
No,
It's Harry Potter, guys, run.
James, why?
You see that... Oh no, you can't see this, never mind.
no. Just to the. Well, I can see the dim light. I can see anything that's in dim.
Oh
light.
yeah, you can vaguely... I mean, actually, by the way, the light actually works in here. The light's not actually going down there because of the way...
Yeah. If for sure, I'm standing at the edge about as far as I can see.
Yeah.
Yep, that's correct.
Small eventually also disappears. But we are out of the combat order. You guys can move freely here.
Well, there's clearly a pathway down that way if they're going somewhere. Is a
I'll
kobold
say I-
considered a medium or a small creature?
Small, baby!
Small.
That's small. SMOL.
I'm gonna follow Ennui. I'm keeping pursuit with them. They're
I'll
going to tell
wait for
someone
Blair
I don't
to
want
catch
it to.
up.
I don't want them to find friends.
I'll come. I mean, I don't know. It's not my turn.
We're not in turn order anymore.
Great.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys follow the path down, you guys enter into a further, deeper, dark part of the caves, as you can see down here. This opens up into the tunnel that continues to go down into the Underdark, where there is 2 makeshift pathways with a thin a rope that a bucket is dangling between that you can pull to go to the other side. You do also see Lonzel and Ennui who come down, that you guys see that the 2 kobolds that you were talking to earlier are speaking to someone in the distance. And when you guys come down, Small taps Grek on the shoulder, and then they both scream when they see you and flee further into the cave. You guys can move your tokens down here, feel free.
Down where?
God.
I'm walking the tightrope, guys.
The tight
Oh, let me join you. I'm gonna jump.
Oh my god. Okay,
So,
what's in this hall?
They went that way, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So then I'll be there with Ennui.
Does it look like there's anything interesting happening over here?
Yeah, there could be.
Just like 100 kobolds with machine guns.
From what you can see with your light, they just look like more tunnels
Okay.
that go deeper in.
So we're in the Underdark now.
Nope.
No, I don't
I'm
think
just
so.
letting you guys
That's
know.
the Underdark.
This.
James.
The
You'll
deep
know.
hole.
You'll know when you're in the Underdark.
I'm just
Yeah,
gonna
I
let you
guess
guys
I'll-
know. If I was speed running this on my second playthrough, I'd jump down the waterfall on the first level and land on this rope.
If only someone had Featherfall.
If only.
Ennui
Yeah.
and Lonzel, as you guys step in, you see a figure standing there. He is small, but he has large wings. As he stands in a dimly lit area, but as you get closer, you see it's just another kobold wearing armor with fake wings.
Oh my god, it's so cute!
As you approach, he says, "Well then, it seems that we have visitors."
Oh no.
Oh, fuck.
I wonder if Lonzel's gonna take damage.
Oh.
What would you like to say to this man and this kobold in response?
Is it possible to like Eldritch Blast just his wings off?
He says, as you guys step in, he then also raises a hand, and in common, in a perfect cadence and pace of speech, he says, "We mean you no harm. Please, do not hurt us."
I'm just gonna yell from the back again and be like, "You guys gotta leave."
We mean you no harm, but we have to evict you.
Well, in that case, Vought, Zerk, why don't you get our guests some tea?
Uh-oh.
And with that,
Three.
we're going to take a break for YouTube. One of the kobolds behind kind of nods at the command, and then after a few moments comes out with a pitcher of water. Or a pitcher of liquid in a few cups that he just kind of puts on the ground. The kobold with the wings says, "My apologies about the space. It's rather cramped in here and will be quite hard for us to discuss openly, but please come close. You wish for us to leave, and I think that's only fair. We're only down here because of the way Icewind Dale's cold wind has made the wilderness unsafe for our kind. We can work. Perhaps in Tourmaline?" One of the kobolds behind says in common, "I don't want to work." And then the one says, "Hush now, Zerk. Work is good. It means we will fit in with the others."
Very well spoken, Kobold.
Sorry, are there just this group of you? Are there more elsewhere?
Yes, it is just me and my 4 wonderful colleagues here. Zerk, Vought, Grek, and Smo. And I am Trex. The leader.
Can I insight on the what he set up to now?
Sure.
I want that too if I can.
What are you trying to deduce about it?
If he wants to work, like if he wants to work and he wants to be part of thing, or is he actually trying to like trick us to get us to just leave?
Banner and Lonzel, you said you were also going to roll?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to know if I can really trust these people. I'm like, not sure I can really.
From what you guys can both tell, Trex is being completely honest with you guys.
Right.
He then says, "Have some tea, please."
Man, can I do like a knowledge nature and be like, does cold hurt kobolds?
Cold hurts
I mean,
everything.
cold hurts everybody.
Cold hurts all the peoples. You didn't witness it coming in because of your fancy boots, but
You
it
know
was
what your
damn
nature
cold
check
outside.
is?
What?
Ennui, look at your hand that's missing.
Does cold hurt? Oh, I don't have a hand there.
Dang.
Let me count on my.
Oof, rough.
Trex says, "So, do you think Tourmaline would accept our kind if we were willing to work for it.
What sort of skills do you have? What work would you offer?
Bless you.
Well,
Gesundheit.
my friends here are good at manual labor. They can skin a fish. They could carry boxes on the docks. I know there were some as we found our way inside of this mine. And just for my general knowledge of the area, and of course I could be a scribe in the library or town hall, and I could definitely help make Tourmaline a better town.
I'm just gonna lean
yeah,
over to Fig and be like, what's Oris going to say when we just bring him 5 kobolds? I mean, I know he's worried about not fitting in. Is this going to make it worse?
Oh, absolutely. But I don't think our request is unreasonable. And he did say that we just had to get them out of the mines any way we could. So, we're not...
Also,
I've never seen a kobold work before.
We work quite hard when we have the
Doesn't-
right
Okay.
leader, of course.
doesn't the speaker need like a new?
How do you feel
Militia?
about
Yeah.
half-orcs?
We, kobolds, are a very welcoming kind. We treat everyone with love and respect, albeit sometimes some of my brethren can be a bit short-fused and can pop at a moment's notice, but with the right leadership and respect, we can work kindly with everybody.
I think perhaps we could come to an agreement. We're looking for a specific gem.
Tell me more. I would love to help you find it. We have scouted this entire area, apart from the corner where that Grell lurked. I hope you did not face it.
He is dead.
He is dead! Cheers to that! And he picks up one of the cups, pours some tea in it, and then just starts to drink it.
We are looking for something called a psi crystal.
I have never heard of that before in my life, to be completely honest with you.
Neither had I, but we have this very intimidating box that makes a lot of noise, and when supposedly we get closer to it, it will get louder.
Ah, yes, that box is quite ominous. I would say so myself.
But perhaps if you would be able to assist us in navigating the mines so we don't run into anything.
Oh, well, there's only 2
untoward.
small quarters left on the opposite side of this cavern.
Well, then we must be close.
In one of the rooms, there is, Justin opened up the book, there is a geode work face, and then on the other side, there is a strange fossilized skull of a creature with a tentacled mouth. It is quite alarming when you look at it. But it's dead and bone, and I told the others, Small especially, for he was quite scared by it, that it is dead and long gone and was absolutely no harm to us.
And that's it. That's all
all.
there is.
That's all there is. Oh, and
Show
our
me
small
to the
cavern
skull.
that we have been sleeping in.
Show me to the skull.
Oh, you just have to cross the bridge.
In the bucket.
In the bucket, yes. It's quite sturdy. It held 2 of us, no problem.
Do I believe that?
I'll get in.
Yeah, manor, it holds you. It seems to be just as built like the other one does. This was for miners, so.
I'll go across.
It takes him about 30 seconds to get across to the other side. But when he does, you do see in this small room, sorry, the reveal tool doesn't work. Oh, good. Oh, now the square reveal tool's working. A fossilized skull partially juts out of the east wall of this small cave 5 feet off the ground. The skull is larger than normal eye sockets, a curious ridge between the nose and nothing that would pass. A curious ridge between the eyes, nothing that would pass for a nose, and 4 small holes where one would expect teeth. And there's kind of like, yeah.
Can I look into it? Is there like?
It's perfectly still formed, so you would need to either pull it or break it.
I'll attempt to pull it, but if it breaks, I'm not upset.
Can you give me a strength check?
Sure.
You're like, ah! And then you're like, I'm glad no one was here to see that.
Do you need any help?
No. I'll hit it with a sword.
It cracks open, and you see that there is a strangely shaped crystal where the creature's brain would be.
I'll pick it up.
You have found the psi crystal.
I'll walk back out to here.
You see him holding.
I got it.
What is down the other way? Just out of curiosity.
Let me check.
Please don't die.
I feel like you should be more excited about the fact that he has the crystal than
There's
curious
a
what the
live
other
mind
direction.
flayer in this room. Could you imagine? No, this is just like the other ones. It's just a place they've been mining from.
Sweet.
Nothing.
Excellent. I'll turn that.
Trex, when he sees the skull, the crystal says, "Huzzah!"
I don't.
Look,
Huzzah.
thank you very much for your insight into this. Perhaps we can go back to town and curry favor for you to work in the city and then come back and get you? Does that sound reasonable?
Sure, we will wait up near the mouth of the mine for your return. I am optimistic that you will be able to convince the town to take us. We are wonderful creatures.
If I might say, I mean, Trex, you are quite linguistically gifted. If you were to come with us and plead your case from the mouths of your people, they would take you more seriously.
I would do that in a heartbeat if you thought it would work.
I think you should come then, leader to leader.
Then
talk.
come, I shall.
Oh no.
Small,
I'm gonna
Zerk, the other two whose names I don't have. Come, let us go. You will wait
they're
at the
all
mouth of the
coming.
cave while I speak with the speaker of Tourmaline.
I'm gonna
I'll
volunteer
lean over
to
to Lonzel and just be like, you had to do that, didn't you?
I'm gonna volunteer to stay with the other 4 kobolds. A, to make sure they don't get hurt, and B, to make sure they don't run away.
Okay, great.
Because I imagine that the one that's like, I don't want to work, doesn't want to be here.
I mean, if he runs away though, then what's the whatever?
Yeah, but then he's back in the cave.
All right. The climb out is uneventful. You guys get back to the
Great.
mouth of the mine. And when you're outside, Trex wraps the claw. He's kind of, and he says, "Do any of you have a coat that I could wear? And maybe I can ride with you on one of your axe beaks."
I do not have a spare coat, but I would be happy to share my ride with you.
Ah, yes, thank you. You are so kind. He kind of just huddles close to you as you guys
Sure.
ride back.
We have a moment as he hugs around.
Yeah, he's just like. And he says, "You smell faintly of lavender. Is that accurate, or am I smelling this incorrectly?"
I don't know, but thank you.
What is happening?
I'm gonna teach the kobolds how to play tic-tac-toe.
We're talking to the new lord of the town.
Sorry, did you say tick-tock-toe?
I didn't mean to.
Oh,
Tic-tac-toe.
Tic-tac-toe.
Just be quiet and put some mouth in your food. It's okay.
Ha.
Ah, she's on the warpath tonight. Jesus.
Yep.
As you guys get back to Tourmaline, you guys are free to go to the Blue Clam.
Yep.
When
Yeah.
you do, Oris is inside, and when he turns and says, "Oh, you're back," Trex
Actually, before.
bows
Okay,
and
never mind. It's fine.
extends a hand and says, "It is an honor to meet you. I assume you are the speaker of Tourmaline."
I have a
Yes?
question.
In or out of game?
Out of game, I have a question. Is Trex modeled after Ennui?
That's funny.
Oris kind of just like shakes the kobold's hand and he says, Let me introduce myself. I am Trex. I am the leader of a small band of kobolds who took up space in your mind. We did it for we were cold and scared of freezing to death. While we were down there, we hid, and we hid from a grell that apparently these wonderful people have killed. And they said that there is a chance that in Tourmaline we could find work, and we could integrate ourselves with your society. It is just myself and 4 others. Oris pauses, looks up at you guys, and just kind of like stares at you guys for what you think of all this.
I am going to
He seems very polite.
After a beat, I'm just gonna be like, "You said by any means necessary."
And I'll say they seem to be very honest about wanting to work, and you yourself know what it is like to be shunned simply for being different.
Oris looks at you and says, I'm going to give you a pass on that one because you did something nice for the city. But your kind can't say something like that.
Your kind?
I'm human.
Oh.
Dirty humans.
I am the whitest of the humans.
Oris pauses and then says, I suppose we can give them some layers and we can send them to work out on the docks. Trek says, that would be wonderful. We are all excellent at scaling fish if needed. And Oris responds and says, okay. That
Marvelous.
is a deal then.
We'll go get the other 4 then.
All right.
I'll leave Trex and Oris to just hash out the details.
Yeah, Trek sits at the bar and says, how much does it cost for your finest ale? Do you guys go with Fagin to get the others?
Oh, yeah. I don't want to be there a second longer than I have to.
I will not. I will stay.
This is like that problem where it's like you've got a dog, some cheese, and a baby. How do you get them across?
Leave any one of them.
Yeah. We gotta go back and get Blair now.
I mean, as long as
That
4 of
is
you
not-
guys go with your axe beaks, you're able to take them all back.
Yeah.
I was gonna say technically we only need 3 because Blair for sure still has her axe beak. So.
And
only 3
then
people to go.
when at the blue clam, Trex just keeps asking Oris questions, and Oris is just kind of uncomfortably answering them. As you guys get out there, one of the kobolds, as he comes out, kicks the snow and says, I hate it here. It's so cold. But then he hops onto the axe beak.
You could always go somewhere else.
It's cold everywhere here.
It is.
Oh no, I mean somewhere
Farther out.
very, very different.
And past the
Perhaps-
ice wall? No way.
To another plane, in fact.
Oh.
I mean, if you wanted, no one would force you, of course, and you'd probably have to go by yourself. I don't imagine your friends would want to go with you.
Yeah, we kobolds stick together.
Understandable.
That's-
1 kobold weak. 1,000 kobolds kill human.
We just have some
Accurate.
acquaintances who might find you very neat.
So neat.
Incredibly
think I'm
Super.
neat.
It's the most evil thing you guys have ever done.
I don't think I'm neat. I'm just a kobold.
That's entirely fair. If you ever change your mind.
You're neat. You have no lips.
Well, neither do kobolds.
With that, I'll just stop talking. I've been offended by a kobold.
James, are you going to take that from that kobold?
The kobold sitting on your lap, Onwe looks up at you and says, what happened to your wing?
They're so cute.
I'll just be like, the one that's left?
No, the one that's gone.
Oriel took it.
Oh, I don't know who that is. Trex didn't have wings, but then he made wings. You should make a wing, like Trex did.
If I were as genius.
Did you
as
know
Trex.
kobolds are like from dragons? That's why Trex made wings.
Sorry, who's on me?
Small.
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 If I just like scratch Small in between the eyes, is he happy or does he
He
hate
bats
that?
it away.
Yeah.
Bat him off my fucking axe beak. Fuck this kobold. I'll just blast him. No. I'll just be like, oh, dragons usually like to be scratched between the eyes.
That's not true. A dragon
Isn't
would
it?
never talk to you to tell you that.
Well,
It's
You know,
Such
you might be right. I've
persuasion.
never talked to a dragon before.
Let's try it again, shall we?
Sure. Scratch between my eyes.
Does he like it?
I don't not like it.
Checks out.
I like you, Small.
I don't know who you are.
I'm on wheat.
You've just made him grumpy.
Does anyone
You
else
have
talk to their
mushroom when you
kobold
feed
they're
it
riding
peppers.
with?
Nope.
Sure. Yeah, sure. How's so?
How so?
How's
That's the most knocked thing I've heard you do.
how's that cave? How have you been there long?
About 2 weeks.
Where were you before that?
We were out in the cold. It was terrible. Where were you before that? How long were you
before
in the
the-
cave?
10
Have you ever seen
minutes.
what happens when you swim to the bottom of a lake?
Oh, that was the whole question? No.
Full stop.
I haven't.
I've always wanted to go swimming, but everyone says it's not a good idea.
Oh, is it because the water's really cold?
Oh yeah, probably. That's a good idea.
Well, don't stop.
Good thing you
Believing.
didn't drink the tea. Trex
I'm
always
sorry, what?
asked me to make tea, so I just put dirt in the water and stirred it.
Checks out.
It was far past tea time anyway. So
I don't even know what tea is.
It's leaves. You weren't that far off.
Yeah. Ever since Trex started talking like he did, he always told us what to do, and we just listened. 'cause
Okay, so
made
he
the
hasn't
leaves.
always talked like that.
Oh no, he hasn't.
What happened?
I don't know. We moved into the cave, and then a few days later, Trex was all happy and smart.
We have to go back.
Oh.
Growl.
We gotta kill Trex.
Okay.
Trex's thing.
Hey guys.
You guys make it back into Tourmaline. The wind howls and bites your skin.
Oh no. I hate this session.
On our way back, I obviously told them what I was told, or when we got into town and stopped. Like they know what I was told.
I just shrug at this knowledge. Like, this is not our problem.
I think it might be.
I
Maybe a
don't
little bit.
I don't know anything about mind flayers out of game or in game, so I'm like, why? You read a book. Who cares?
Yeah.
But
But what?
the things that you're so scared of,
Yeah.
yeah, those, but like way worse.
Oh yeah, Blair doesn't
not
care.
But not necessarily that it is a bad thing that he is now.
That he's now a mind flayer?
I don't think he's a mind flayer.
Alright.
What's that intelligence
Out of
check
game,
for?
I know. Out
We're
of game,
just
I know nothing
thinking.
about mind flares. So
I
I'm
was
just thinking if we're smart.
just trying to decide if I was smart enough to realize that maybe there was something fishy, but 2 natural ones tells me. Nah,
Yeah.
Blair's like
Blair doesn't care.
bird.
Yeah, Blair's
Yeah.
Blair's just there to smile and like tell jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys don't know much about mind flayers, so you don't know if this is something that a mind flayer would do.
Noctis just extrapolating.
You actually also don't even really know like what a mind flayer is. They just describe themselves as
That's
like
true.
their kind.
Oh yeah, no, that's that's where my information was coming from. Them, but probably worse.
Can I do like an insight or an intelligence check to be like, I've seen them do this messed up shit before.
No, you have not.
No.
You would have not seen them do this.
Okay.
If they're even responsible for what's happening to Trex, you guys don't know that.
I guess the important question is, do you guys still like Trex, and do you want to follow Trex?
Oh, Trex is great. He's just so confident now. Before he was so skittish and scared. When he started telling us what to do, we were like, "Whoa, Trex, slow down! And why are you talking with a slight English accent?" But yeah, he's cool.
And
Trex
you're
is
not
Trex.
worried about a random gain of intelligence?
Why would you be upset about getting smart?
So small.
Well, in my experience, most gifts don't come without a price.
Oh, you must have shitty friends.
Well, I like them.
Do you guys take them to the Blue Clam?
Yeah,
Oh,
we
yeah.
sure
Yep.
are.
Yep.
So, Banner, the entire time you're there, Trex has not done anything suspicious. He just continues to be that curious but smart and very well-spoken self. He looks at you and says, "So, how are you?"
I am good. How are you? How long have you been in the Rime?
For such a long time. Much longer than I wanted, but it looks like things are finally looking up for me and my friends.
Where were you before?
Just out in the wastes.
Then you crossed the ice wall and came into the Rime, or
No. See, we're Icewind Kobolds, a special breed. We have some, as you can see, kind of motions to, like the fur going around here. But, like everyone else, we are kind of a victim to the cold around us. I don't know if you've known this, but the sun hasn't risen here in some time.
Yes, I've been here since then.
Yes, so we were seeking warmth, and that's why we went into that cave.
That is fair. Would you guys ever leave the Rime?
Oh, the Dale, you mean? Icewind Dale?
Yes.
No, it's our home. We like it here. We just wish there was something we could do about that damned cold.
Don't we all?
Yes, don't we all? After a bit, your friends arrive with the 4 other kobolds. And they sit at the table while the speaker, Oris, just kind of like watches them all come in, and he's kind of just speaking to the barkeep in a language you guys do not recognize.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm real conflicted as a player right now.
Yeah.
I will communicate to Banner for the sake of conversation what Nocta told us about his extrapolation.
I mean, I did not see anything out of the ordinary. We've been sitting here this entire time. He has not done anything suspicious, or
That's what I
think
said, and he
he-
seems very honest. So
he's very honest.
I see no problem with this. Although
So
There
we
is some suspicion.
we think that maybe the thing we killed might have affected him in some way.
no, don't exactly think it's the thing we killed. Nocta seems to think it is similar to the aliens the creatures that we saw on the ship.
Isn't that what we killed?
I don't think so. They did not have beaks or were sentient floating. I didn't see the thing I just saw the pieces of the thing you killed, so.
It's when Ennui was saying there was tentacles. The things on the ship had tentacles.
What are the chances that I can just like
How many things have tentacles?
so many?
Octopuses.
Yeah, what are the
Those all
chances
belong in the
Squid,
sea.
Squidward. I can do that too.
Oh yeah.
What chances are you talking about, James?
Yeah, can we just
She doesn't like it.
interrogate the shit out of Trex?
Tomorrow, we could.
Tomorrow
Eventually.
he's gonna start fucking eating. Tonight he's gonna start eating brains, and we'll be like, da di da di da.
Do not think he will eat brains. He does not seem.
I think we should perhaps stay in town for one night and see how the transition goes.
I can get behind this. The time limit is
A week, correct?
a week, so we have lots of time to still get back. We've spent now a day. This will be 2. It'll
Yeah,
be
you
5.
have been 1 day. So if you guys head back tomorrow, it would have been 2 days. So you guys are like doing great on time.
Yeah. So we do have around 5 days left to get back.
As you guys are talking, Oris comes up to you and says, "Sorry to intrude. I just want to run something over. Thank you, first off, for clearing out the mine. Secondly, honestly, I was a bit perturbed and put off by the Kobold at first, but they all seem very willing to work, and I will put them to work on the dock. And honestly, that's where where Vernon thinks they would do best. And while it might be strange at first, Tourmaline, as you can see from their speaker, is a bit strange all on its own. So I'm going to check the gem mine, make sure you guys cleared it, make sure everything's safe, and I will get you guys your gold tomorrow, if that works."
Just dandy.
It does.
It's excellent. It's worth mentioning to no.
No.
Okay.
Worth mentioning what?
There were some big rats we didn't kill in the mines. We don't think they'll be harmful, as they weren't to us, but
They did not. They pretty much ignored us while we
Good to
walked
know.
past.
I'll bring a few rations just in case to feed them if they seem a bit peckish when they see me.
Good idea.
I'm sure dried steak is much tastier than I am. Are you raising your hand, Ennui?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be like, what are your impressions of Trex?
Certainly strange. I've not seen many kobolds before, but from everything I've heard, they were quite clueless, and Trex seems rather well spoken and incredibly smart.
Smoking.
I'm hoping tomorrow, when I give you your payment, we can discuss some more regarding that one thing I wanted to talk about, if that's okay with you.
Certainly.
Yes.
Excellent. Thank you guys again. You truly did live up to your names as heroes of 10 Towns. Thank you.
Thank you
Great.
for
And
the flattery.
we'll go.
Oris then steps out to go check the mine to make sure you cleared it.
okay.
Right.
Are we gonna go back to the tavern then?
You're actually in
Yeah.
the tavern now, I believe.
We're in the tavern currently.
We are
This
in
time.
The
Or
end.
to our bed place, the east side?
The inn.
I think we were only gone for like an
Not
hour
long.
and a half,
Yeah,
2 hours.
Roughly, that sounds about right. Probably an hour and a half.
Well, I'm still gonna go back to the inn, and I'm gonna try and figure out how I can take a bath and get all this growl off me.
So actually, I forgot I did this. I'm gonna come over as you're looking into the empty bathtub, and I'm just
Yeah.
gonna wave my hand across it, and it's just gonna like downpour 10 gallons of water into the tub. It's cold water.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, do I want this water?
That's funny.
Ah.
Oh, Burger. That cat, though.
He's
Well,
the happiest boy.
We're going to take a break for YouTube, and then we'll pick up next few days for everyone on YouTube. But tonight, we still have one more recording for us. So goodbye, YouTube.
Yeah.
All right. Assuming you guys don't do anything else exciting within Tourmaline that night, you guys can stay at the bar for a little bit to try to get a lead on a rumor. Would you like to do that?
Sure.
I will
like rumors.
perform at the tavern. No one liked it. Gotcha.
Oh no, we need to see a roll.
No, just everyone was silent.
What's because we need to see the perform? It's middling. You
All
make
right,
two-
perfect.
You make 2 copper pieces.
I'm still working on my bit.
Does someone want to roll me a d20?
I
Oh.
want to. Me.
Megan, do it.
13.
I don't like that number.
It's
Roll
not
it
7,
again.
which is what I rolled last time.
The man leans into you and says, "Do you know about the goblins?"
Sorry, which goblins?
The goblins prowl the tundra on the backs of wolves or in wagons. They also like to ambush travelers on the 10 trail on this side of the mountain pass. Well, a group of trappers found the goblins' fortress in the mountains. Someone, I'm not saying who, oh hero of 10 towns, but someone should go there and wreck it. Quest discovered.
Great.
Level 1.
My response to this crazy old man will be that's very nice.
Oh, I'm not an old man. I'm a young woman.
I just smoke 20 packs a day.
Yeah.
You're just
Otherwise,
like
She
your
doesn't
father.
I have
Just
marked
like
the
your
location
mom.
on your map for you guys in the world map.
When we get there, awesome.
Otherwise, you guys can just enjoy the night in Tourmaline in that cold, biting, howling wind that blows ceaselessly through the night.
Nom 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 nom.
At some point, I will corner Blair and be like, "Sweetheart, I want to have a talk with you at some point."
About?
Well, about our impending nuptials.
Nah.
Do you still plan on going back?
Well, that's sort of what I want to talk about. Would you even want to be with me if we hadn't been promised to each other?
Awkward.
I haven't seen the awkward turtle in forever.
It's so cute. Because you ran away, and one of the obvious things that you did was sleep with while on the way.
Rumors and hearsay.
Did I do that?
Alright, if we're splitting hairs, yes, I slept with Ennui. However, it was like almost 2 years after I left.
I'm not saying it's the first thing you did.
Oh, baby.
But I would rather die out here in the Rhine than live a life on that throne.
You have made that incredibly clear. But that is not the question I asked.
I'm aware it's not. It's not a question I ever thought about.
Well, perhaps I should give you some time to think about it, and you can let me know. Because it does weigh into my potential choices for what I should do with my life.
I was never given any other option.
Well, as you're familiar with, my life depends quite heavily on yours, should I decide to go back. And if you do not intend to, and you do not wish to be with me, I have some very important decisions to make.
Megan can do nothing.
So until then, I intend to stay with you because I enjoy your company and because, well, Jennifer has made it quite clear that she believes I will leave, so I must stay. But I would like to know your answer. It means, and I'll like reach out and kind of like rub my hands up your arms a lot for me.
Did you just tell me you're staying half out of spite?
Does that surprise you at all, my dear?
Not even not even the slightest.
So I will let you think about it, and you can get back to me. And I'll just like lean in and I'll kiss you on the forehead.
Yeah. Ennui grimaces in the corner.
Yeah, he feels something.
He's like, no!
Yeah.
Oh, a big Star Wars Episode 3 Darth Vader.
Yeah, okay, that's the end of that deep
And
conversation.
then you guys sleep in separate beds again?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh.
I'm fucking
But I pushed mine slightly closer.
Aw, it's
I'm
like
gonna
Lila
go-
Lucy.
I'm gonna go over to Ennui in our bedroom, and I'm gonna approach him.
Wait.
Excellent.
Okay, sure.
You,
Go ahead.
I imagine you're out of the bathtub and you're just wearing a towel.
I hope it's the exact same conversation.
Oh, just you wait.
Word for word.
Yeah. Ennui's just getting tidy.
This may come as a strange request, but I like that you are in front of me in most of these adversarial situations.
Uh-huh.
You help keep me safe. I'd like to share the sentiment, and I'm going to pull out 2 platinum rings.
Oh my god, really?
Oh, what?
And I'm gonna put one over my finger. I'm
Uh-huh.
going to
Really?
hand you. I'm gonna hand. No, it's not that. I'm
Okay.
gonna hand you it, and you see it's a platinum ring inlaid with black onyx,
Okay.
and inside of
Oh
it,
my
it looks to
God.
be thorn pointed. So it doesn't merely slide on; it kind of grinds your finger down as you put it on.
Yeah.
And what am I to do with this binding?
Ennui does not
Lonzo?
need Blair anymore.
Nope.
You just need to put it on, and I promise you, when the time comes, I will be able to keep you safe if you stay relatively close to me.
Oh, they're gonna fuck.
Yeah.
Think
Henri
of
is gonna
this-
fuck everyone.
Think of this as an arrangement, not a romantic one, but a practical one.
I'll put the ring on, and then I'll go get the BDSM gear, I guess. No.
So you put it on, it like cuts down your finger on several sides, and then you set it in place. It
Yeah.
sinks in, like it tightens like the one ring.
Ah, no.
Of course
You don't
it
need
does.
you don't need the BDSM gear. You got it right there.
I'm to try and build friendship with Lonzel at this point. After he's given me a ring, I'm gonna go and get dressed and be like, Lonzel, would you like to partake in perhaps some festivities tonight?
What are you proposing?
I'm gonna teach you how to ballroom dance.
Amazing.
Don't be silly. I'm going to get a good night's rest for whatever tomorrow brings, and I roll over.
Look, you.
Uh,
I got what I
to
wanted.
I'd like to have a very, very, very brief scene with Banner.
Oh, we're having all the quick vignettes
This is
tonight.
the bedroom night.
No,
Oh, yeah.
no. Very, very, very quick. Night. That's it. That's all I got.
Really, you're not gonna deepen your relationship?
No,
it's I like it. It's night, and then you just sit there with your eyes open.
Blair is going to go and knock on Ennui and Lonzel's door.
Okay.
Are you trying to do this without Fagin knowing, or are you just
No,
going with him knowing?
no. I'm just going over there. Fagin knows it's whatever. And I'm gonna like regard Ennui and be like, evening. And I'm gonna look over at Lonzel and be like, Lonzel, what the fuck are these? And I'm gonna hold up the manacles.
What do you think they are? Take a guess.
I don't know. I found them in my shit, and you were the only one twisted enough that would have snuck them in there. So I assume they're yours. Please tell me if they are not.
Let me jog your memory. You've already encountered me asking this question. I told you I put them in there. That's where you're headed, is to either in those chains by your own devices or by someone else's. That's what I told you. Yes, those were mine at one point. I don't need them anymore.
So is this just some kind of twisted message, or are you trying to make any kind of real point?
I think the point will prove itself in time. That's really up to you if you're going to learn anything from it. And I closed the door.
Motherfucker.
It's bedtime.
Alonzo's like 8 o'clock, lights out,
Yeah.
no reading.
Yeah, and then Anui's just singing, next time I'm not sharing a room with Lonzel.
Yeah. That's
No one else needs any more moments? Alright, now it's my turn. No, you guys sleep through the night. Can I get perception checks?
How's the housekeeper lady singing?
Singing.
What the fuck?
I sleep soundly.
Are we getting home invaded?
Megan again?
Where's my check? Where's my check?
It's coming, sir.
Well, the
Three of
ring
them.
I gave you
Oh,
makes
not
you
them,
fail
something.
all checks automatically.
Fagin, you're the only one who's woken again by the sound of the innkeeper singing and sweeping, in the hallway again.
Is it the exact same as last
Yep,
name?
exact same.
No, I will not get up and investigate. I've done this quest point.
Yeah, it's like, wait, I've been here before. You guys wake up in the morning. Everyone's slept well rested. You heal, get all your spell slots back. It's a brand new day with a glorious darkness coming in from the windows of your bedroom.
I love it. I'm going to take some extra time in the morning, and I'm going to really polish my arm. I'm going to really look good today, because I had a bath last night. I feel, you know, like when you do your
now
like
may or may not be engaged. Like,
yeah,
This is when Lonzo was like, by the way,
Yeah, which
your
finger?
finger is black and fallen off.
yeah.
Which finger did you put it on?
You know,
And the wounds have healed. There's no mark left by the ring. It's a expensive
there you go.
ring. It costs quite a bit of money.
Which hand? Which finger?
the middle.
Marshall, can I know what this ring is? Can you like message it to me, whisper it to me on Roll20?
Yeah.
I'm just curious. I want to, because I
I
imagine
know,
it's just a
I
common
know.
magical item. But
What
I'm
is the
curious.
whisper thing again? Slash what? W
Here, I'll
slash.
find out
Oh,
what it
you're
is.
typing. You're typing.
Yeah, I can never make it
Just
work
send it to him in
properly.
Discord.
No, me neither. I'm scared I'm gonna mess it up.
Hi.
Yeah,
How do you do that?
/ whisper the name.
/ WGM. Yeah. GM. What's it called? Yeah.
But was the ring 3 months' salary? That's
Oh,
a great
pretty
question, Brown Skittle.
Pretty much.
How long have we
ring's
been out
3
here?
months' salary when you're unemployed.
Touche.
I love this spell, Justin. It's one of my favorites.
So do you cast it on an item and then?
No, it's an agreement in a sense. I have to touch him to start it,
Oh,
and then
okay.
it's just there. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that just made him an always willing creature. Which is, it sounds really inappropriate when I put it like that. But
There is
But
no
if anybody in the
Yeah.
if anybody in the party is an always willing creature,
Creature.
it's
It's James.
definitely on me.
They do need the ring that I gave to him though.
honestly, that's an incredibly balanced spell.
I know, I love it. It's amazing.
I can't wait till it's just like Marshall gets like chest burst out of me at some point, like Joanne switches with her ghost.
I see. That's what the thing is. That's where the price comes in. Cool. I see that now. Cool. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys want to do?
Yeah, like I
let's-
say, I'm gonna take the extra time to look extra good, extra dapper today.
We're gonna get our money.
Would you guys like to
let's
go to
go
the
get our
Blue
money.
Clam to wait for your money?
Oh, you bet your ass I want to go to the.
We're gonna go to where the blue clam used to be.
As you guys are walking to the Blue Clam, you see the four kobolds sitting in the dock, and a fifth kobold that looks like Trek sitting with them, albeit he does not have any wings on.
I'll go over. I'll take the detour and go over and be like, "How are you liking things so far?"
Trex looks up at you and says, "Who are you? Why are you talking to me?" One of the other ones leans in and says, "Trex, these are the ones who brought us here." And Trex kind of just like goes, "I don't know him. I don't like him. I don't know him. I don't like him."
Oh,
I know.
we gotta kill the barkeep.
Oh no.
know what
No,
happened.
we gotta kill the fucking speaker.
I'll talk to
Why?
the one that I wanted to, the one that rode with me that wanted to go away or whatever. And she's like,
Like, you guys can still
Uh,
leave.
"Yeah, are you guys still planning on staying and working?"
They gave us scraps of fish. It was the best I've eaten. I've been eating bugs in the cave. I'm so happy here. And Trex
So
is
glad
no
to hear
longer in charge, so we're going back to good old kobold diplomacy.
Excellent. I'm so glad to hear it. I really need to be going, but I hope you guys have a lovely life.
Thank you. You too.
Bad news. Nocta's theory might not be incorrect.
About.
Trex.
Mm-hmm.
Trex is very much different in personality today. He does not remember us, and he is much less bravado than yesterday, and he does not have the same accent.
So is he just a kobold again?
Seems to be, yes.
Then I don't think Nocta's theory holds out.
Okay, but yes, it does.
But what
But could it-
But if something was changing him, he'd be changing, not going back to what
No,
he
but-
was.
I have an idea. There are many magics out there that give creatures, people, temporary
Intelligence.
increases to their intelligence. Perhaps
We
the
met
spell effect
some.
just wore off. And now
No.
Trex
Alright.
is a skittering little bitch again.
I am willing to accept this as a potential reasoning, but I do think we should perhaps investigate people Trex may have come into contact with, just to see if perhaps they have British accents.
British?
Strange accents.
I have
do
a
not-
hunch.
What's your hunch?
Who was Trex most excited to see upon getting to this town?
The speaker.
We should probably see the speaker then.
Well, we
I
were anyway.
disagree.
We were
have
gonna
to
go
get
get
paid.
paid.
That's what I think. That's what we should do now.
I believe it was similar to you guys were telling me the story about the mammoth and the plesiosaurus on the water, that they were intelligent.
But kobolds are intelligent from the get-go.
Yeah,
Nope.
so that doesn't. Yes,
I mean,
They're
Yes,
not
they
young
are-
enough to be awakened.
they are sentient. They can't
Mm.
be awakened.
Yeah.
well, okay, but that's player talking.
No, but we know that.
Yeah, kobolds are smart enough
Do
to
we-
speak.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but what was the spell like in game? The spell that was whatever was making them. We don't know that wouldn't affect somebody who could talk already.
Jennifer
do.
told us about
No,
it,
I don't-
though. About being
Yeah,
awake.
Yeah,
from what you
she,
guys-
she can cast or knew people who could cast it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It only allowed things that could not
Beasts.
speak intelligence and like
Beasts, right?
Cool.
So,
But I don't
perhaps
think
we can
we're
continue
far
this
off
conversation while we're walking.
Sounds
Yes, I would assume we are still walking.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, you guys are like only like 3 steps away from the Blue Clam.
Yeah.
When you guys get in, Oris is there and he says, "Hello, yes, hello, hi. I've checked the mind. All is good. We're going to be reopening this next day.
Does
So
his
he
persona
pushes
seem any different?
7 small pouches of 50 gold forward. I think
I'll
it's
come
only
over.
fair.
To take mine.
I also
Yeah,
take mine.
But I want to do like an insight to see if his persona seems any different than yesterday.
He just looks at you like,
Hello.
"Yeah, why
What?
are you staring at me like that?"
No reason at all. Thank you for this, and I'll like.
Perhaps
Put it
we
in.
should discuss the issue you brought forward to us. Have you any more
Yes.
thoughts on that?
Well, I was asking you guys for thoughts.
Of course, but I was just we got it in brief. Perhaps you have more detail for us.
I don't know what more detail I can give.
You just said, some of the old guard does not respect you. Now, is that because...
That's not what I said. I said some of the old guard, from what I've heard reports, were creating espionage with Maxel Nadar from Targos to
Yeah,
oust
In
me
short,
from my
they don't
position. And
Yeah.
he's looking at you and he's like, "Are you okay?"
No, he's not.
oh,
Out of game, like
sorry,
I don't have
what was this guy's name?
owners.
Oh,
Oris.
Oris. I
Oris.
was about to call him more real.
Owners.
Horace. If I could be so humble, I'm supposed to be so good at this.
You're from a different plane, dear.
Icewind Dale has taught
Here's
me time
the
and time
biggest
again.
advice that my mother told me when I became speaker. She said the best way to understand people is to listen to people. And I don't think you listen. I think you're too busy not listening when you should be listening.
I have heard you and will take this under advisement.
All right, I'll test you. What did I tell you to do?
Listen.
So, were you guys able to give it any further thought about any action I could potentially take in this? Or
To be frank, we have a grudge against this man.
How about murder? How about
Ooh,
espionage?
we cannot...
You can't just kill
I'm
another
sorry,
sheep.
it is against
she-
my
she's-
own personal code and how I was taught.
Sorry, she says with
she's
an air
joking.
of facetiousness.
He still
Viciousness.
says like,
Whoa, too dark.
yeah,
too
he's
dark.
like, that's
That's
way
not
out
dark.
of my alignment to even joke about.
There is a problem in the sense that he is acquainted with a band of mercenaries.
Does anyone else know?
The speaker of East Haven.
East Haven.
So perhaps an alliance with East Haven.
Honestly,
That's
that's
not a bad idea.
And
That is
they
not a bad
know
idea at
this
all.
old
me and
pod.
Daneth. Daneth was very kind to me at the last assembly of the speakers. Honestly, that's not a bad idea. I could go to him expressing my reluctance for what Maxel Dinar is doing and just his general policy, and we can take it from there. That's a fantastic idea. Do you know the
The most
problem that
diplomatic.
do you know the problem that Daneth has with Maxel Dinar?
Maxwell may have received a very important item, and we were unable to return it.
So you
Well-
were directly involved in this. So it would not be strange of me to bring this up, saying that I was advised to you that I could come to him to speak about my own issues with Maxel Dinar because you knew that he also had issues. I like that. I think
I
that's
don't
where I
know
will
not.
go, and then maybe Daneth will know some other peoples, and maybe we can try to get some change from within through the speaker system itself.
I might play this one a little close to your chest, though, because as far as we can tell, Maxidolnar is the leader of the Marauders. What's their name? The assassins that start with a Z. Zentharans.
Zentharan, yeah.
If that's the case, and Danith knows that I'm a target, then maybe if Maxildanar finds it necessary to kill me, that can be a just cause for some uprising within 10 towns. I'm not scared of dying if Maxildanar is truly as awful as you say he is, but I won't let his fear stop me from doing what I believe is right.
Just be careful. A mother should never have to bury her child.
It happens more often than you think in 10 towns, my friend.
Oris, you're a good man.
Well, thank you. You're all good yourself. Oh, were you able to find that crystal you were looking for?
Yes.
We were, yes.
Good. That's great. Honestly, everything is coming up perfectly swell.
Yeah.
What is what's the Icewind Dale version of a rose?
Most of our flowers have died.
Everything's coming up spruce.
Yeah. Everything's coming up evergreen pine.
Yeah.
Well,
everything's coming up pinecone.
I think tomorrow, after the mine opens, I'm going to take a ride to East Haven.
Well, don't stop at Targos. That's my advice.
I will go through Targos because it is only customary to ride through, and it'll be more suspicious. Why am I telling you this? It doesn't matter. I will be safe. You don't need to worry about me. Whenever you guys find yourselves back in Tourmaline, please don't hesitate to stop and say hi. I would love to know how your adventures are doing. And who knows, maybe what everyone says is true, and one day I'll be waking up, watching the sunrise, and I will have your names to thank for it.
Well, it's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure, yes.
I'm
Absolutely.
going to go up to the barkeep when we're done talking to this gentleman.
The barkeep says, hello. How are you doing today?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I am absolutely fantastic. Thank you for asking.
We got to kill the barkeep.
Does he sound British? Oh no.
Do an insight. Do an insight.
Yeah,
Do an
does he
insight,
sound-
Steve. You're the one talking to him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Woo. It all checks out.
Yeah, he seems exactly as you spoke to him yesterday, and he says, now, my friend,
I didn't
what
really
can I
speak
get
to-
you?
What do you have for breakfast?
We have some dried fish that is absolutely delicious.
And how much would that be to feed all my friends?
To feed all your friends, let me just do some quick math.
Are we all there, or is it just James that's there?
He's the only one who walked up to the bar.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
we're still hanging out with
18 silver pieces. 3 silver pieces each for a fish.
If you would please. 18. Oh, God. What's math?
Math is when you, with an equation, solve a formula with numbers.
I figured it out. Don't worry. Thanks, machine.
You're welcome.
That was the barkeep responding to you.
Yeah, I'm going to seat us all down. We can all feast on fish this morning, fill our bellies for harrowing adventure back to a spaceship.
Yeah. And with that, we're going to end this episode here. Goodbye, YouTube.